So today we will have an ESL session. It's English as a second language lessons. We'll be talking about things related to the English language, ESL as a second language. We're discussing that. So I'm inviting learners, those who are interested with English trivias and with grammar, with spelling, with pronunciation. It's everything about the English language. Yes. Minutes. Today's July 4, 2024, and this is ESL session number 1. Stands for English as a second language. So let's start. Aging and aging. What's the difference? Which one is wrong? Which one is correct? Again, aging, now without an E, and aging with an E. So my question is, are they both wrong? Are they both correct? Or is one wrong and one is correct? Or if ever both of them are correct, what are their similarities and what are the differences? Can you share? So let's start first with aging without an E and aging with an E. So what do you think? You may write down your answer, or if you want to express something, yes please, you may type it in the chat box. Anyway, I can see it here in my end. Again, what's the difference between aging without an E and aging with an E? What's the difference? And by the way, please follow me. For those who are not yet following me, please follow so that you will be updated, especially those who are interested with English lessons, those who actually want to know more and share more about their knowledge. So in my live session, in my ESL live session, I'm not the only one that's going to share my knowledge, but I will also be learning from you. So feel free to express to me something that you know, or if you want to correct, or if you want me to check on something, please. And I'm going to get the parking lot question. Okay, so what's the difference between aging without an E and aging with an E? What's the difference? Would you like to share? Okay, Ellie, hi, Janet, Carolina. So guys, what's the difference, guys, between aging without an E and aging with an E? Okay, so I'm gonna give you the answer, okay? Both are correct. Tama silang dalawa. This one is correctly spelled, this one is correctly spelled. And then they have the same meaning. So different spelling kasi one doesn't have an E and the other one has an E. Okay. So both versions of the spelling are correct. Pareho silang tama kahit may kaibahan yung spelling. The meaning is the same. Kung anong meaning ni aging at kung anong meaning ni E are also the same. The difference is aging without an E is the American English spelling. This is the American English spelling. And then the other one, the aging with an E, is the British English spelling. Okay. So just make sure what's ideal, what is standard is in your speech or in your composition. Just make sure that you are consistent with the kind of English variant that you are using. So if you feel like you want to use British just be consistent. I'm not saying it's a crime. I'm not saying it's wrong to mix American and British English, but it's better, it's ideal to just be consistent in your speech and in your compositions. So again, different spelling, but same meaning. And they're both also English words. Kaya lang, again, aging without E is American English spelling, and then the one with the E is the British English spelling. Okay? Okay. Next, acronym and initialism. For example, DepEd. So, di ba? DepEd stands for Department of Education. So, ang DepEd ba, pag sinabi mong DepEd, is it acronym or initialism? Okay. Another example, DENR. So, DENR stands for Department of environment, and natural resources. Ano ba ang DNR? Acronym ba siya or initialism? Pareho lang ba siya ng DepEd or hindi? Are they gonna be classified the same way or hindi? Another one, pag-asa. I forgot that. Meaning ng pag-asa. Philippine Astronomical, Geophysical Science Administration Authority. So, pag sabi mong pag-asa, is it initialism or acronym? Yeah. So, ano ba? What's the difference between acronym and initialism? And what's their similarity? Okay. Do you want to share? Yeah, please type in the chat box. Okay. So, when you say acronym, acronym and initialism are both abbreviation. So the acronym, but they have a difference. For the acronym, you have to read, the abbreviation is read like a word. Na parang all the initial letters that are actually combined, which compose the words of the original phrase, is read like a real word by syllable. Parang silabig ang pagkabasa niya. That's acronym. For example ng acronym, again, an acronym is an abbreviation using the initial letters of the words, following the same order. So, for example, DOLE. So, it's an acronym because it is composed of DOLE. But ang pagkabasa niya ay parang word. Nag-create tayo ng syllables. So, si D at si O nag-form ng do, at si L and the E nag-form ng le. So, parang talaga siyang usual word. So, that is an acronym. DOLE, Department of Labor and Employment. So, that's an acronym. Initialism naman, same with acronym. Kaya lang, there's one major thing to do. You don't read the initial letters like a word. You will read it individually. Like, DOJ, Department of Justice. DOT, Department of Tourism. Or, sabi natin, DILG, Department of Interior and Local Government. Yan. So, again, similarities, they're both abbreviations. They make use of the initial letters of the words, following the same order of the words. Pero acronym is read like a word in syllabic structure. And initialism, it's read by just pronouncing each letter, comprising. So yan ang difference. Okay? Do you understand? Thank you very much. And our third topic for today's session, so I only have 4 minutes left. I wish I could extend the time, but of course the good news is we'll still be seeing each other again every day. I'll do everything my power to do this session every day for 20 minutes, but I will not be promising a time slot for this. Okay, so our last topic for today's ESL Live Session is historical fiction at saka science fiction. So what is the difference between historical fiction and science fiction, and what are examples of films that can be considered as either historical fiction and science fiction? Okay, so the similarity. So historical fiction and science fiction are both fiction. So meaning they are actually products of the creative endeavors of people. So they're not really real. They're not really real because they're fiction. It's just actually a product of the imagination of the creative endeavors of the producers. So, hindi sa totoo. Pero, they are inspired by something. So, when we talk about historical fiction, it's a fictional work, but it is inspired by a particular event in history. So, for example, let's talk about Titanic. Titanic can be considered as historical fiction. Bakit? Because the characters of Rose and Jack, and the other supporting cast, they're just actually being made up. It's fabricated, by the script writer. but it is based the project is based from the tragedy or the tragic sinking of the ship Titanic. So that's why tinawag siyang historical fiction. Kasi hindi siya 100% factual. Hindi siya 100% factual kasi dinagdagan siya ng mga fictional or fictitious elements. Kagaya ng characters on the roast lang siya. Science fiction naman is based from a science concept. So, for example, yung mga pelikulang Armageddon, it's based from the scientific possibility at scientific fact na, of course, there are heavenly bodies, and up there in the universe, there are meteors, and, there's a possible collision. Yeah. So, that's the difference between historical fiction and science fiction. So, thank you very much to all those who stayed with me for 20 minutes to really watch this ESL Live Session. Thank you very much. And for the others who were not able to catch up, of course, this live session will be available for the next 30 days. And don't you worry, because we will see each other again tomorrow with another set of lessons that you can learn from. So for today, we discussed about aging and aging, acronym and initialism, and historical fiction and science fiction. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy. And this is the very first session. This is the very first session, and I'm so happy that I was able to finally do the first episode today. I have been promising you guys a lot for the past week, and I kept on canceling it for prior commitments. But I'm so happy that it's pushed through today. So thank you very much. Ito ba yung nagstay? I'm Macaroni. Thank you very much, I'm Macaroni, for staying with me for 20 minutes. I really appreciate it. More power to you. I'm gonna follow I'm Macaroni. Thank you very much. Ayan, na-follow na kita, I'm Macaroni. And I hope you learned from this live session. Okay? You also please follow me. Follow me for those who have not, so that you can actually keep up with new episodes of this live session. Tsaka, I will also encourage you to please also bring notes while you're watching the live session. Please bring notes, because it's really useful when you write down the things that we discussed today, and you can review them. Okay? So, bye-bye! See you tomorrow for another live session. Please follow. I also have a YouTube channel, Warrior Canadigo. Please subscribe.